In this video, we'll talk about how you can start your personal brand and how you can use organic content to grow your audience. But before we start, we first need to actually know what a brand is. A brand is basically an association between two things, what people know and what people don't. Let's take the example of this person. People who don't know him but have seen him on YouTube will recognize him as a YouTube creator. So basically they're associating him as a YouTube creator. But for people who do know him as Ishant Sharma, the YouTube creator. The next question that arises is, why do you need a brand? You see, a brand can change the behavior of a person when they see it. For example, if you got money to buy shoes, right? And you were presented two pair of shoes. One pair was from Nike and the other was just a random pair of shoes. You will definitely buy the Nike shoes. Why? Because of the brand. Now, there are two types of brand. One that gets a lot of traffic but no way to make money. And the other has a product which it can sell but does not get a lot of traffic. And so when you combine both of these brands together, you get a brand which gets a lot of traffic and makes a ton of money. Now, before we dive into more stuff about branding, let us talk about the three elements to a brand. That is influence, direction, and reach. Influence is basically to what degree the person's behavior changes when they see your brand. Direction is basically where is this action or behavior directed towards? Is it towards your brand or is it away from your brand? And for reach is basically how much attention you get. Does your brand get a lot of attention or only a few? And if we were to talk about an ideal brand, it is a brand which has a strong influence, which is directed towards the brand and gets a lot of attention. So let's talk about how we can get a lot of reach. The way to get a lot of reach is by creating organic content. By creating organic content, you are simultaneously building your brand as well as your audience, which is aka reach. And when you do this, people will start to associate you with your brand. The best example is Mr. Beast. He started his channel from 0 subs and grew it to 312 million subscribers. And if you wanted to start making money with your brand, the simplest thing you can do is to introduce a product. And again, this is what Mr. Beast did. After building his audience, all he did was introduce Feastables, and that alone generated him a huge sum of money. But most of you would be asking this question right now. What type of content should we be making? And the answer to that is to make content that suits your niche. Sometimes you can also go wide by making content that is not relevant to your niche to create more awareness about your brand. But then you should always go back to creating niche content. Another question that you might also have is, how can you generate ideas for your brand? The simplest way is to search for it online, either from Google or YouTube. Or you can also use your own ideas to create your content. The next thing we will want to talk about is quantity versus quality. If you are just starting your brand and you don't know what videos you want to make, how to make them, and what type of personality will really suit your videos, then starting with quantity can be really helpful, since it will really help you understand what type of videos people like and don't like. And armed with that knowledge, you can then create more quality videos that you know people will want to watch, click on, like, and share. So basically, quantity is best when you're starting, when you're trying to understand what works and what doesn't. And later on, when you've developed that skill, you can create more quality videos. And the perk of creating quality videos is that it gives you the best return on your investment of time, as well as you get a high click-through rate, likes, and watch time. And so, with this we come to the end of the video. I hope you liked the video, and if you do drop a like.